Hi, and welcome to Talking Tech. I'm your host, Alejandro Hoyos, and today we're at CES 2026, and right now we're with Lenovo, and joining us today is Brent. Hey, Brent, how's it going?
Great. Thank you guys for having me.
No, thank you for taking the time to see us. I see you have a very lovely laptop on your hands. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so this is the product that we have announced here. This is the ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 14 Or Edition. Flagship product within the Lenovo ThinkPad family. Every year I have the pleasure of coming to Las Vegas and talk about the thinnest, the lightest, the most powerful X1 Carbon we've ever created. So why would 2026 be any different? We've done it again. So the lightest, the thinnest, the most powerful X1 Carbon we've announced here at CES.
That is great, and that guy is powered by the Intel Core Series 3 processor, right? But
correct.
But the whole platform brings a lot more than just processor. Tell us a little bit more on that.
Yeah, so obviously in the AI age, we wanted to really increase the performance. And, the AI application ecosphere is just growing rapidly, day by day by day. People are using AI applications on their daily system, but they're not using just one at a time.
Yep.
They're using multiple AI applications simultaneously. To do that, you need more performance. You need more power on the system. This is an incredibly thin and light device, so if you increase the performance, you've also have to manage the heat. That you need to dissipate that heat. You also need to worry about acoustics. I mean, you don't want fans running and just be incredibly loud. So we went to our engineering team in Japan with more of a, we've got a problem, we need a solution.
Right.
What can we do here? We need that better performance. We need to manage the heat. We need better acoustics on the system. But then also because of global regulations coming out around repairability and right to repair on systems, we had to also think about that. So our amazing engineering team came up with some really cool ideas that I want to share with you guys.
Yeah, please. Please go ahead. So I can hold
yeah,
that.
if you want to hold that one, I'm going to grab a couple of other little. Hey, so. This is the previous generation motherboard that we had on the X1 Carbon, single-sided motherboard. You can see when we hold it up, really takes the entire width of the device. So this really took up a lot of room.
Right.
So what our engineering team did was come up with a new design that's actually a two-sided motherboard, which greatly reduced the overall size of the motherboard. So you can see how much of a reduction that is. With that space savings, we were able to increase the thermal capacity by 70%. So then we could crank the performance by 20%. But because the thermals were so much larger, then we can control that heat. The fans also don't have to run as hard, so the acoustics are actually coming down. So we increased that performance, we managed the heat, and we kept the acoustics without sacrificing any weight or thinness on our flagship X1 Carbon.
No, this is great. You mind if I take a look at this?
Go right ahead.
This is pretty impressive. Essentially, is what you guys have done. As you can see, well, here you can see first of all like the outline where the fans used to be, and this is where the processor from the last generation, and now here also you have where the processor sits. You have the memory that you're going to be working with, the SSD, a bunch of things. But look at the size. It's just, I mean, it's almost half the size, so that's incredible. And like you said, that leaves a lot of space for ventilation and heating and all with all those things.
Yeah, but it also really kind of spider-webbed into other things that we were able to do on this system around repairability and serviceability. Incredibly thin, device. Most of the times when you increase the repairability, you're talking about systems that are relatively thick, that have a lot of headroom in the device. But we needed to be able to do that on a device that is as thin as light as X1 Carbon is. So to show you a little bit more, obviously I've already loosened the screws on this. It's not that easy just to jump in, but to take the back cover off an X1 Carbon, it only takes 4 screws, and they're captive screws. They're not going to fall off or go anywhere. If somebody can turn a Phillips head screwdriver counterclockwise, they can take off that back cover.
Actually, even just 4 screws, I've taken a lot of laptops apart, and usually is around 12 screws. So bringing it down to 4, thank you.
Yes, we're trying to reduce that speed across the board for any type of repairability. Then you have 3 screws to take off the battery. So if somebody wants to replace the battery or something's going wrong, you can easily replace the battery. Now there's little QR codes on each one of the parts that are replaceable. Somebody can scan that. It takes them to support@lenovo.com, tells them the exact part they need to buy, but then also gives them how-to articles and augmented reality videos to show them actually how to replace that part. So that's the battery. that we have, and we've actually increased the density on the battery over previous generations. We used to have a 750 watt hour per liter density on the battery. Now we went up to 900. So massive battery life increase on this device. But again, we continue with more things that we've done. So previous generations of X1 Carbon, if you ever had damage on the keyboard, it took you about 45 minutes to replace the keyboard. It was, you could do it,
but there was the afternoon.
You know, basically, block off your afternoon and get a cup of coffee, get ready to go because you're in for a treat. What we are able to do with the system, so now if you loosen 5 screws, and again, captive screws, so they're not going anywhere, they're not going to run all over the table. You have a couple of ribbons that you need to disconnect, but now that keyboard went from a 45-minute replacement to a 3.5-minute replacement on the keyboard for the X1 Carbon.
That is awesome, and that is so quick. I have had to replace keyboards, or at least clean keyboards on laptops, and it used to be pretty challenging, especially because you have to go from the back.
That openness of this new space frame design, that's what we call it, is now also giving easy access to easily replaceable Thunderbolt 4 ports. So a couple of screws on this, you press it down, pops up, take out the module, put a new module in, turn those screws clockwise, and you're good to go with replacing the Thunderbolt 4 ports. And now we have 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports on the device. You still have USB-A, HDMI, audio jack. So we've done this on a device. We've also added a 10 megapixel camera. We've lowered the weight, maintained the thinness, and we've done and greatly increased the overall repairability. And this is what we've launched here at CES on the X1 series. This is specifically the X1 Carbon Gen 14 or Edition. We're pretty proud of it.
I love what you guys have done on the accessibility and the repairability, especially like you said, the Thunderbolt 4, because that's your power, and the amount of loose power ports as you get from all the beating of put it in and put it out. Doing it this way makes life a lot easier to just go in and change it. You don't have to change your whole motherboard just because you got that loosened up.
And we've done it on both sides. So you've got 2 Thunderbolts here and you have another Thunderbolt over on the other side. So we try to make it really convenient for anybody plugging in, cords for peripherals, docks, dongles, monitors, whatever. So really trying to, increase that overall positive user experience across the board.
No, this is great. Brent, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love what you guys done, and I can't wait to take a little closer look at the motherboard and everything, how it's built. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
But wait, there's more. Actually, we're here right now with Angel from Lenovo, and she has a yoga with her, and so we're going to be talking about it. Tell us a little bit more.
So it's actually our Yoga Slim 7i Ultra Aura Edition. It's our new launch in the CES, and it's our flagship because it's one of our lightest Yoga 14-inch laptop. So there's something special about this laptop. The first is that it's only 2.15 pounds light, so you can try this.
Oh, nice. And also it's very light.
Yeah, and it's also covered with the yoga coating. Actually, we have the yoga coating on all our yoga lineup keyboard, but for this one, we're just wondering why not use it for the whole chassis. So you can try the touch of the chassis. So nice, it's really smooth. Yep. And the other thing is that some people might think that the slim and light laptop might come with a basic performance, but with this one, it's actually up to the Intel Core Ultra X9 processor with the Intel Arc. So we just want to show the user that they don't need to compromise. They can still have a slim and light laptop with a great performance.
I love this laptop. It's, like it says, 14 inches, so small, so light, so thin. And I love that, like you said, the coating, it's very smooth, the rounded, it just makes it so clean and shape, and just the very clean on the background, and also the Lenovo. I also saw you guys have I think it's 3, the 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports, and you also have a really nice power button here. And what caught my attention here is this is the camera lock safety, just in case people, you don't want them to see you, but it's really nice, and like you said, it's really light. And the cool thing is, like you said, this is the top of the line Intel Core Series 3 processor, so you cannot only just work, but it can also, you want to play a video game, this is great. Yes, exactly. And this is great for road warriors. So Angela, thank you so much. I'm going to take this, I'm kidding. But so I love what you guys have done there. And I bet also that the power brick's also around 65 watt, the smaller one, so it makes, perfect for road warriors.
Yeah, and actually with this high performance, it's up to 40 watt TDP. It's quite impressive because normally when it comes to a slim and light product, 30 watts TDP is quite good. good, but we make this to 40. And also it has a long battery life, which is up to 22-hour battery life because we have a big capacity, battery capacity.
No, this is great. So this is the Yoga, and I kind of heard that you had another one that you want us to take a look at, another laptop?
Yes. So we also have another color, which is called Cosmic Blue. That one is called Seashell. And we make the Cosmic Blue with FIFA Edition.
Look at that. The trackpad.
The trackpad with some stickers and to show the yoga with the soccer. So we just want to show some FIFA vibes to the user.
Yes, because this year we have the World Cup in Canada, US, and Mexico, for those of you who follow football or soccer, depending where you are. But yes, I really love. I had a question for you. So these are our OLED screens?
Yes. So for Yoga Slim 7i Ultra Aura Edition, it's up to 2.8K POLED resolution with the Yoga PureSight Pro display. It means that it's 100% P3, 100% sRGB, and 100% Adobe RGB. And also, actually, you talked that this product can even game on it. So with the HDR, it can up to the 1100 peak brightness.
No, wow, this is pretty impressive. If you had to pick between the laptop from heaven and the FIFA, oh no, it's like making you choose between who's your favorite kid?
Well, I would have the Seashell one and lock the FIFA one in my locker.
Okay, folks, you have heard it. Angel will take over the white one, over the FIFA one. Angel, thank you so much. Appreciate it.